Hi everyone, and for this week's Messy Church, as we're thinking about friendship, I thought that we could make a friendship badge in the shape of a heart. So the first thing I've done to make our badge is I've folded a piece of card in half and I've cut out a half heart shape, which I've got here, and then I've drawn round the heart shape on a piece of red material. You maybe can't see it very well there, twice. And then what I'm going to do is cut out my red hearts that I've drawn onto my red material. So there are my two hearts that I've cut out. I've used a thick material, a bit like felt. So if you've got some felt, that's good material to use. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to put a little bit of decoration onto one of our hearts, which is going to be the front of our badge. So you can see I've got some little buttons here. And before we sew our badge together, we're going to sew those buttons onto the front of our heart. So just arrange them how you want them. When you've sewn your buttons onto the front of one heart, if you've got a safety pin or even a badge back, then what you need to do is then sew that on to the back of the other heart, and then that will be what you can use to pin the badge. Once you've sewn your safety pin onto the back of one of your hearts, turn it over, and if you've got a little bit of cotton wool, or I've got a little bit of toy stuffing here, just roll it into a bit of a ball, there we are, and pop it in the middle of your heart, and then pop the other heart, half of the heart on top of it, like that, and then we're going to sew them together. And that little bit of stuffing is just going to give it a bit of 3D feel. Now, if you're sewing it together, you can just use a simple running stitch going right round the edge, or you could use a blanket stitch. See if you can, maybe an adult can help you, show you what sort of stitch is the best way of keeping them together. A running stitch is probably the simplest one to use, where you just go up and down right round the edge of the heart. So there we have it, there's our finished badge. So you could give that to a friend. You don't have to make a heart, you can make a flower shape, or even a little dog or a cat or something like that. And if you're not sure about sewing, then find yourself some nice colourful bits of card and maybe some sequins, and you could glue those on and tape a safety pin to the back, and you could make a badge that way. And then you could give it to one of your friends as a way of saying thank you for being my friend. So there we have it. There's our friendship badge.